welcome to the channel. Here, I share Scareful stories. Stories to make you scared, make you think, make you wonder, and maybe, just maybe, make you a little more careful. Today I'm doing an update to the Scareful story of Sandra Eckert. Unfortunately, I'm not updating with the news that Sandra or her car have been found, but we're getting closer in that the police have identified two persons of interest and are treating her disappearance as a murder investigation. All the stories I cover are special in their own way, but Sandra's story feels just a little more special because it happened not far from where I live. I'll link the original video down below, so if you haven't already watched it, go check it out. And while you're doing that, if you could subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. To recap a bit, Sandra Eckert was 70 years old and living in Franklin, Wisconsin when she went missing in March of 2021. Her husband, Wes, last reported seeing her alive on Friday, March 26, 2021. Wes says that he and Sandra fought on the evening of March 26 and that Sandra later left the home in his gray 2005 Dodge Stratus. Notably, this was not Sandra's vehicle that she drove day to day, but was considered to be Wes's car that Sandra basically never drove. At 3 a.m. on the morning of March 27th, police checked the registration on a Dodge Stratus with license plate 319 LGT. It was a standard registration check and the car was not pulled over, and it is unknown who was driving the vehicle. Sandra's daughter reported her mom missing on Sunday, March 28th, when Sandra failed to show up for an Easter brunch. Searches for Sandra and the Dodge Stratus ensued, and 3 weeks after her disappearance, police executed a search warrant at Wes's home. The home was searched along with a storage building also on the property. Investigators removed computers, cell phones, mail, and an antique Model A car. Wes was also arrested at the time because an antique firearm was found in the home. Back in the 1970s, Wes was convicted of a financial crime, and as a felon, he is not allowed to own a gun. He was later released and not charged. Despite the searches, nothing happened for more than a year. Finally, it seems there is a little bit of movement. The Franklin police have confirmed that they are now investigating Sandra's disappearance as a homicide and that they have two persons of interest. Wes has confirmed to the media that he and his brother are those persons of interest. On June 7th, 2022, Franklin police took Wes's brother into custody and searched his home in Waukesha, Wisconsin. The search was performed in connection to the investigation of the crime of first-degree intentional homicide and hiding of a corpse. Wes's brother has not been charged with any crime and was later released from custody. According to Wes, police showed up at his brother's home with guns drawn. They took a computer, guns, his brother's cell phone, and interestingly, cash from the home. Wes claims that police said that Sandra's cell phone was in his driveway, a statement that he denies. I'm a little confused by what he means there. Like, did police say that Sandra's phone pinged from the area of his brother's home after her disappearance, or that they believe it is physically in his driveway? Like, perhaps the driveway was poured or repaved around the time of her disappearance, and they believe the phone is actually in the driveway. You'd think that if that was the case, that they would be digging up the driveway. But they may need more evidence in order to get an order from a court permitting them to dig up the driveway. Wes went on to say that the police came to him saying that his brother was in a jail cell crying and that they told me I should go down and tell the truth to save him. They asked why I was letting him take the blame. It is a total squeeze job, and there is nothing to squeeze out of my brother or me. Well, good to know. Totally believable, so investigation into Wes closed. Am I right? Of course not. Sandra's children are still offering a $50,000 reward for information about Sandra's disappearance. Interestingly, it doesn't seem that Wes has contributed any money towards that reward. Recently, Wes said to a reporter that the last thing Sandra said to him before leaving was that he was going to hear from her lawyer, and so at first, I was sitting around waiting for a lawyer to show up and ruin the rest of my life, and I got money, and I like to keep it. Okay, so I can sympathize with having made money and wanting to hang on to it, but I can 100% guarantee that if I was being looked into as a murder suspect and I had nothing to do with it, and this was my children's mother, and I had money, I would be offering a huge reward to try to get to the truth of what happened. What a mess, you guys. I feel so badly for this family. I can't even imagine how difficult a situation this is for their children to believe that their own father murdered their mother. Really, I just can't. Let's all all hope that the Franklin police are close to making an arrest in this case, and almost as importantly, that Sandra will be found so that she can receive a proper burial and so that her children can have some answers. Until then, stay safe and stay careful.